Welcome to the Way to Build Wealth. I'm Ethan Block, and I'm teaching you how to build some wealth on a Wednesday, always as we do here on Wednesdays. Terrible grammar in the house. Wine Wednesday. And I actually want to read this label because before the show started, I thought this was hysterical. Probably one of the funniest wine labels I've ever read. So I'm going to try to read it quickly. You can see there's a butterfly. Can you see that without zooming in? Or? Yeah. Okay, there's a butterfly on their label, so take that into account. We have chosen butterflies as our insignia because they are the most vivid expression of life. Many butterflies drink the fermented nectar of flowers, and wine is the nectar of the Greek gods. We want Vinsanity to be the nectar of your life. Fucking cheese ball. Many species of butterflies are being threatened by pesticides and overdevelopment. We plan to donate a portion of profits, when we have some, to societies for the conservation of butterflies. Thank you for choosing Vinsanity. Yeah, they're really going out on a limb there. 2004 Central Coast Chardonnay. I think they say Central Coast because no one knows where the hell Groton, California is. Anyway, give it a whirl. So while I'm spinning this, I'm going to say this is a redo of an episode last week that we didn't put out, episode number 11. That's why it says, oh, it says 19. So episode number 11, you have a pen? Oh, let's let that ride. Episode, just imagine there's another one there. Episode number 11, we're just going to do that. Episode 11, as I keep saying, on ETFs. Redo here, because I was unsatisfied with the episode we did last week. Okay, let's go. Yeah, I'm just going to taste it. Let's not get too much into it. Actually smelled a bit like chlorine. Ugh. Another $3.50 bottle. I keep saying $3.50. I don't know if it's $4 or $3.50. I really have to, I should pay attention when I buy it. It's cheap. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dan doesn't like it. I'm not sure I like it so much either. I'm not a big fan of white wines, I should say anyway. But, so it appears to be almost, it almost feels like it should be carbonated or taste carbonated, but it's not. Kind of harsh. So let's get right into the show. Enough of the wine. Coming down the back now, raunchiness. What's so great is we do like cheap wines on the show, and they're always pretty much not good, or one was good, or not good, so I'm always like, you know, sacrificing myself for you guys. Hope you enjoy that and appreciate it. ETFs. Let's shine some light and fill in some color on ETFs, exchange traded funds, what they are, you know, why you should be aware of them, and potentially why you should ignore them to a large degree. Someone had wrote in initially, and this is why I thought of this idea for the episode, and said, Ethan, you covered index funds. Why didn't you cover ETFs? Now, if you're not aware, ETFs basically there are ETFs that are just like index funds, but they trade throughout the day on an exchange. That's why they're called an exchange traded fund. Meaning you can constantly, throughout the day, buy and sell an ETF. Whereas a conventional mutual fund, if you put in your buy order, it's executed at the end of the day. It's the only time you can buy it or sell it is once the market closes, so they know what the market did, and they can adjust that in the index fund, and then you make your buy or sell. Now, an ETF can be exchanged throughout the day. The big drawback with that is every time you do a buy or sell order, you're going to pay a transaction cost just like you would if you were buying an individual stock. So paying transaction costs, in my opinion, sucks because regular index funds, whether you're using Fidelity, Schwab, or Vanguard, you don't pay any transaction fees. It rocks, right? Dangerous, or the most dangerous part of ETFs is there are so many of them. There's so many of them that you, me, we all could be drawn in to the glamour or to the, you know, the idea of ETFs and start buying, you know, individual sectors or individual commodities or something like that these ETFs track. And that is so dangerous because to really do that and profit off of it in the long run, you have to really do a lot of homework. You have to really get in and understand what you're buying. ETFs make these different securities or assets so easy to buy. People that should never buy them are buying them. Don't be one of those people. It's so easy to fall into the pitfall of ETFs because there's so many. Furthermore, you're watching CNBC, the media, which I think sucks more or less, and you hear about commodities and you get this brilliant idea, oh, I should go and buy, agricultural commodities. So all of a sudden you look and you find an ETF that tracks agricultural commodities and you're like, oh yeah, I can do it. Next day, you're on your brokerage account, buy, buy, buy. And you're doing this because you just heard about it and then you found a product and then you just connected the dots and you're like, oh, this is brilliant. Meanwhile, you don't really understand what you're buying, but the ETF was so easy to enable you to buy that, you bought it anyway. Danger City. That's where I'm leaving that. Hope you enjoyed the show. The wine wasn't so great. Maybe I'll up my budget further down the road and we'll get some better wines on the show. Probably not, but we'll see. Thanks for tuning in Wednesday. I love you guys. Me, Ethan Block, teaching you how to build some wealth.